Every day, fishermen from the far north of Scotland leave port for some of our planet's most ferocious seas. This year, bands of brothers battle to survive a brutal winter, horrifying injury, and their darkest fears. The most dangerous job in Britain just got tougher. At just 17 meters, the crab boat Heather Kay is struggling to fish an Atlantic swell that's rolled in all the way from America. Her skipper is Hedel Costi.
It's like being on a roller coaster. We're really at the maximum now, you can.
Many of the waves are taller than the wheelhouse.
It's pretty poor. But it's not pretty poor, it's bloody awful. I would describe this day as a day in hell.
It's been a tough year for Hedel. This is his last chance to earn his crew a Christmas payout.
I'm pretty keen and desperate to get something done.
All his crabs are bound for Spain. There's usually a massive demand over the Christmas season, and prices can rocket.
I wouldn't have normally in weather like this, but just with the type of year it's been. So, we're going to give it a go.
His crew have the most back-breaking job in fishing, hauling creels or crab pots from the ocean bed. They're on the deck from 6 in the morning until 9 at night.
Well, you see Michael over there, he's lifting the creels in and he's pushing along the tail for George. And George will be opening them up, he'll be emptying them out, sorting the crabs out between male and female.
Your females in one bin and males in another, it stops them from fighting.
Male crabs are particularly aggressive. They can kill each other in the wild. The crew have to snip the ligament of each claw one by one. Not a job for the faint-hearted. Hedel's crew have fishing in their blood. They hark from just one island in the Orkneys, except for 26-year-old Mancunian A.D. Bennett.
I take my hat off to him because he came for no background to sea or boats or fishing or nothing. You can. It was a job to grasp it all, but no, he's stuck in. He's really done his part. You can.
I think he's have a warped sense of humour to work on the boat anyway.
At least we all speak English, it makes a hell of a help. Well, I barely speak English, but
Unlike trawlers, crab boats don't work through the small hours. The Heather Kay's cook is Big Al Adderson. He's been trying to get his head down after a rough night on watch.
Oh, yeah. I haven't slept a wink. It's been that rough. We've 22 stood up in the air, crashing down. As rough a day as I've been out to sea, I would say today.
Big Al gives up on a lost cause.
Oh, morning, Skip.
Fit like Al, how's you going?
The birds are all out for beds with we want to see what you're doing.
No, she's not much of a day.
Heather with the weather, she's 60 mile hour during the night. So. Oh, she's going to blow.
Aye, it's a poor day there, no, that's sure all.
Are we catching any crabbies?
Yeah, there's a few, yeah.
As an old friend of mine used to say, they would eat the most, they'll be paid the most.
Aye, aye. So I take it you're well paid, like?
Oh, come on. All the things I'd like to be. I wish I was a crab. I'd crawl around Hedel's feet and drive him bloody mad.
But it's the weather, not Al, that's driving Hedel mad.
Everybody's needing a few pennies. See if we're gonna get Santa Claus to Orkney yet.
The Heather Kay is fishing on her limits. Hedel's taking a real chance shooting his creels in treacherous seas like these.
Look at this point of view. step across the rope, get on the wrong side of it. That rope goes through your leg, you're over the side, and there's not a lot you can do about it.
Good night, Vienna.
A man overboard wouldn't last more than a few minutes in the freezing water.
On the upside, we get your share.
200 miles away on the east coast lies the capital of the Scottish fishing industry, Peterhead. One of the most successful trawlers in the fleet is preparing for her last trip of the year. The Ocean Venture is co-skippered by John Buchan Jr. and his father, John Buchan Sr.
Just one or two small things to do before we get going.
They like to compete. It's been nearly a month since father was at sea.
I'm quite happy he's been away. I'll get some time off for a change. He's had a lot of time off this last week. I did say he was going to be going into retirement. I didn't know it was imminent.
He'll need a long time off to buy him a Christmas present. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, you know.
We'll get going, Jack. We'll get the lads organised.
First mate Barry Lauder has been celebrating the festive season a little early.
Rough. Shouldn't be drinking, I'll tell you that. You just stayed in and watched a movie or something.
John Buchan hopes to end the year as top dog. He's held back some of his fishing quota and he hopes to make a killing on prime late season cod. 12 hours later, an Ocean Venture is battling the December gales off Norway. A fisherman for over 40 years, John loves the sea.
John is now steaming full speed through the sea, punching into the waves, playing little boaties, you know what I mean? Having the time of his bloody life. We're all going flying all over the place. The net's getting tangled up. He loves it now.
We've got to laugh. That's what the North Sea is like in December. It's about 40 knots at the moment. Gust into 50. The next few hauls are going to be very, very poor. Yeah.
It's going to be like that for the next 24 hours. So just hold on your hot time. Just get in and beat it. Go, 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 go!
To catch cod at its best means fishing the biggest seas at the coldest time of the year.
That's it, boys! Haul! Oh, we all love the North Sea. Yes, we do.
It's just another day in the nation's most dangerous office.
What we do, don't stand there like broken legs with this. The hopper smacking back and forth once the strain comes off of it.
Heather Kay has been forced inshore after 3 days of Atlantic gales, and there's little Christmas cheer.
Southerly, gale force 8 to storm 10, perhaps violent storm force 11 at first.
Lovely. Just went round it. We're here, we're just about 4 or 5 miles north of the Butt of Lewis. We've only got a 17-metre boat here, and it's just no weather to go another 20 mile west, I would say. I mean, there's no shelter off the land. The wind's coming right across the Atlantic. There must be, I don't know what's there must be a half a dozen boats. Even the Genesis behind us there, I don't know what the SCB. Maybe 28 metres or something. You can, it's a big boat compared with this. That's pretty stormy.
Heddle is unable to get out to his creels. His mate Lachie Murray, who skippers the Our Hazel, has got some bad news on the crab price per kilo.
Aye, you're pretty poor day today, Lachie, eh? Weather's not good. Do you had any prices, sir?
£2 this week. No, won't be tied up. And the early stuff, 13, over.
Yeah, well, I did hear some of them was doing as low as 90p, which is pathetic.
All over Europe, people are feeling the pinch, and for the brown crab men, it's hard times.
This being the Christmas week of the year, we'd normally be looking for £3 a kilo for our crab. Kind of year it's been between fuel and one thing and another. We're really looking for that boost trip, which ain't going to be.
Heather Kay wastes the day, head to wind, sheltering in the Outer Hebrides. Big Al has seen it all before. He skippered his own boat for over 30 years, but he'd rather cook for Heddle than retire from the sea.
Fine job for me, no responsibilities, just keeping these guys fed and keeping them going with old yarns and things like that, and I'm enjoying it fine.
He knows exactly how to cheer up a downhearted crew.
Oh well, skipper, have you had a successful day?
Aye. We'll lie here in the shelter all night, like it's just winter weather. Bugger all we can do with it.
No, seen it all before and we'll see it all again.
Al's cure is a smoked haddock soup, Cullen skink.
A bunny of Cullen skink will cheer you up, maybe.
Oh, it'll cheer us up for a wee while. He'll maybe no ease the wind, but the Cullen skink will cheer us up.
Big Al's secret weapon, a whole tin of condensed milk.
Oh, better just a wee sample. Oh, I think Dory would say there's too much cream in that, she didn't like it. So.
Even if you don't like it, don't slag it. Whatever you do, you'll get no more food the rest of this trip if you slag his Cullen skink.
Aye. I'll leave it on the Sabbath. Look, I like that.
Ocean Venture is just one haul into her trip. The 17-year-old vessel is a veteran of these forced 9 seas, but she needs constant care to keep her fishing.
The scales!
The electric weighing scales have backed up. The skipper has no idea how much cod he's catching.
Well, the scales are a big deal because we're just having to guess what's put in the bins now. We can't get the scales to work at all. If we're wrong, we could be penalised by the fish service.
If something goes wrong, call for the ship's engineer, John's brother, David Buchan.
Could be better. Appears to be a power supply problem, so we'll check the voltage and see.
A bit of mend and make do, and David coaxes the scales back to life.
Back aboard Ocean Venture. There's always plenty to do.
Just in time to hit the jackpot.
Oh my goodness, eh?
The skippers found the cod.
Beautiful fish.
So I like to see more like that and I'll be happy.
Trawlers can only land a limited amount of cod, but it's the last trip of the year and a great haul lands prime fish at their peak.
You can't be the North Sea tiger. Good old cod. One of the joys of the fishing. A good haul of cod. Lovely gently.
It's almost as big as David.
Almost.
No cod in the sea, but chop proof. Plenty of cod.
5 hours later, and Ocean Venture hauls again. But something's wrong with the winches. Half the net is surfacing faster than the other.
Not dead. I think we have a sticking valve in the starboard winch. It's not keeping the gear square. As much as 15 for them, the difference between the two sides there just now. Just one thing following the other this week. Holy good. Had 3 hauls in and Somebody's trying to tell us something.
The Ocean Venture will struggle to keep fishing if our engineer can't repair the winch.
Dave always knows what he's doing. If there's anything that needs fixed, he's a man to fix it.
Expectations are high.
Stay working, buddy.
Well, sure the problem is yet. She's still not releasing the brake on the starboard winch. Have to go back to the drawing board, I think.
If I don't get this fixed, there's not much else for it. No, it's just go ashore, get professionals down. They'll fix it.
Patience is a virtue, eh? Possess it if you can. Seldom found in woman and never in a man.
One man who has lost his patience is cash-strapped Heddle Costi. He leaves the sheltered waters of the Minch to steam 20 miles around the butt of Lewis to his creels. He starts to haul in the huge Atlantic swell. Crabs have to reach market alive. With their claws cut, it's down the chute into the flooded hold. 20,000 crabs can stay here for up to 6 days. Any crabs that are too small or carrying eggs are returned to sea alive.
Then straight down the chute.
At sea, the Heather Cay is half submarine. 2 huge pumps cycle 34 tons of fresh seawater through the hold, 6 times every hour. If they break down, the whole catch will die. Crabs are not the only prey attracted to the creels. They've hit a run of lobster, a welcome bonus to a terrible trip. A few lobsters won't be enough to turn their trip around, but at least they're a morale booster.
Oh, look at the size of that thing.
Come out here, Mickey. Too big, we've put down the chute in that size.
That's a big lobster. There's nothing better than seeing a creel breaking the surface and this pair of great big orange toes looking up at you like that in the creel. You know you got a 6 or 7 pound lobster in that creel. That's adrenaline that gets you going. That
Lobster was a good catch because they're worth so much per kilo. Christmas time they're up to about £18–20 per kilo. Compared to the crab, it's only about, well, at Christmas time it was £2.50 per kilo, so it's definitely a boost for us. That's our big male, big crusher claw. Put him on top so he doesn't keep him separate from the rest, because he'll kill anything around him.
Their treasured catch has to be treated with kid gloves.
Put a mat on top of them so it calms them down and they don't go for each other. When they're born, they just start to eat each other alive. Put elastic bands on the claws so they stop fighting when they're in the tank. I think if you got ripped out of your home, I think you try and get the person who got you out of there anyway.
The crushing claw is the one to watch.
That's one hand your fingers we've been in that one.
Ocean Venture's winch is still out of action.
The conducts have rusted away and there's no power been going onto the magnetic coil to release the brake. So that's a problem.
The lack of £100 spare part is about to scupper a fishing trip worth £100,000. December in the North Sea, 120 miles from land, is when you really need your friends.
It's the skipper, the old scare. He's fishing beside us and I'm just asked to see if he's got a spare part for our winch, to see if he can take us out of our fix, because if he hasn't got the part...
Hello John, you still on here?
Yeah, you're fine, Trevor. What's your chief saying?
Yes, we have a complete unit.
Oh, very good, Trevor. That's brilliant.
But Ocean Venture will have to come alongside the Owlscare to get the new spare part.
We'll have to watch his wires because he's still towing. Get too close, a good chance it could end up in our propeller. That would mean big problems.
Package is slung over on a line, landing smack on target.
Yeah, we're cooking with gas.
Only the Owlscare seasonal gift can save the Ocean Venture's trip.
Just look at Bjorn, a youngster opening his Christmas presents.
And Santa's delivered a shiny new valve. But they won't be back on track until David's fitted the part.
Oh, you beauty. Nice one, Owlscare. Thank you very much.
That's it working. Brilliant. He's some machine, my brother.
See me here, Bryce,
Yes.
Ocean Venture's fortunes are transformed. But the Heather K is not so lucky. The weather has beaten Heddle. He's forced to abandon deep water and try desperate tactics.
We're starting to get a bit edgy, a bit keen to get something in here now, because I think we're being called in tomorrow to land. So we're coming in here to try this few prawn creels to see if we get something out of that.
By scratching around the sheltered waters of the Minch, he switches the hunt to langoustine and live prawns. To add insult to injury, their fish buyer wants them to return a day early.
A wee last-ditch attempt to make a pay to the boys for Christmas.
The mood on deck lacks the festive spirit.
It'd have been okay if we were catching crab, but we missed a day's fishing and we didn't land early, so really it's just been a bit of a waste of time the week before Christmas. And I've had to sit on the couch with a bottle of beer and do nothing.
There are a few large prawns in the creels, but most of the pots are infested with a different crustacean.
It's a squat lobster. We can't sell them, but there's no market, but they're as good to eat as a prawn.
In fact, they're not ugly cousins of prawns or lobster at all. They're from the same family as hermit crabs.
We're just keeping them for our own consumption. Take it home for a special treat for Christmas.
Unlike the Heather K, Ocean Venture can fish through big seas. And after all his winch problems, John is desperate to salvage their trip.
I'll have a chin! I'll have a chin! Halt back! Oh, a broken chain. Oh, really bad. No, not good.
A broken chain and a small lift of fish. Now there's even worse news.
Well, that was a total disaster. I stowed for 5 hours through a force 9 gale of wind, and that is absolutely in bits. The whole belly's out and the wings torn. The sure thing a whale to mend, and all for about 10-12 boxes. That's not even paying the fuel or the twine. That's not good.
John orders the release of the 3-ton spare net, which soon starts rolling about on the top deck. The crew get to work on the trashed gear. The conditions are lively. early return is precisely what the Heather Cay wants to avoid. But the weather has beaten them. Heddle has to abandon the Atlantic. After 5 days of struggle, the Heather Cay returns to Ullapool with just 5 tons of crabs in her hold. Their most important trip of the year has been little more than disaster. These crabs will be in Madrid's Christmas market in 2 days. But the hold is only a third full, and it takes less than an hour to load them into the tanks of the lorry.
The doors are full of white meat, it's the real McCoy, like. Catch is nothing special. Price is unconfirmed yet, probably knocking on the door at $2.50 a kilo. But we're certainly needing that by the weather conditions and the scarcity, you can.
The trip grossed a disappointing £10,000.
3 years ago, we did 10 days for 54 grand. I would love to hit that again. I would love to get me crew that pay all that. This is really how I feel. Let's go for a pint. I'm fed up. Nearly empty years.
This year, there's one boat leaving Peterhead that can't afford to be beaten by the seasonal weather. The Arcane's from Ulster, yet she fishes Scottish waters. Her skipper is Charlie McBride, and massive debts keep him working the fishing grounds.
We don't particularly like doing it. We'd rather be ashore socialising with everybody else, but I mean, we can socialise any time of the year, you know. We can have our own belated New Year at the end of the trip whenever we go back to Kilkeel again. Hopefully with a few pound in their pallet.
The crew of the Arcane are all too familiar with the need to put fish before family.
You always want to be at home whenever you're stuck out here. It doesn't matter if you're out here for 2 days or 2 weeks, you always want to be at home. But you just have to get on with things. It's your job. There's nothing else you can do about it.
Well, we're just towing our first haul. We're 175 mile north to Peterhead. The weather's quite good. It's pretty calm morning. Let's just hope there's a bit of fish about.
How's your mood this morning? Pretty positive?
No, not really, no.
The skipper's already caught something on this trip. A dose of the flu. The Arcane is also feeling a bit ropey.
Is anybody there?
One of her rope drums is stuck.
That's the first ring. What? What? Come on, throw it off! If they can't get off the wine sloop.
Can't get any slack.
It's your first ring. What? She's going to starboard. What do you want?
Charlie and his son Charles are under huge pressure to catch fish. Last year, trawlermen saw them forced to throw cod back into the sea.
No cod in the North Sea. What the hell's that?
Yet all their problems stem from a prosecution for illegally selling fish that they were not allowed to land. It was a common practice throughout the UK fishing fleet. The McBrides suffered the full weight of the law. They were ordered to repay £400,000 or face certain jail.
They're wanting all our assets. They're wanting our 2 houses. They're wanting the equity in the boat. They're wanting the equity in all the business that we have. And we're having to remortgage everything back to the bank. And it's going to take us 10 to 15 years just to get back on our feet to get where we are here today. We have 6 months to do that or go to prison for 2.5 years.
In the last 8 months, they've settled over £100,000 of their debt by remortgaging their homes. Charlie hopes that 2009 will bring a change in their fortunes. The first haul surfaces. Son Charles is the Arcane's first mate.
We're just hoping there's something in it for the first haul. If there's a good enough haul, it'll be a good save for the trip.
The Arcane is a seine netter, an ancient technique which scoops the catch into the net rather than dragging it along the seabed. It's more eco-friendly than trawling for fish. But you still have to find them before you can catch them. There's only a few small haddock in the hopper.
New. Rubbish.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, it's not.
Poor. Very poor.
On the ocean venture, it's the morning after the storm, and there's a decent haul of haddock on the surface. The crew have been up all night mending nets.
Chris is looking a bit tired. He's had a 5.5 hour watch. He just caught 100 boxes. Well done to Chris, 100 boxes all.
John's resolve through torn nets, broken winches and dreadful weather is starting to pay off.
Ah, a few big ling. Great big monsters.
Cracking fish. It's pretty heavy as well. Beauty.
It's one of the best hauls of the year, with superb fish of monstrous size. There's an added bonus to the catch, and it's highly prized by the Spanish.
Whoa. This is ling fish roe. That's their eggs. Considered a delicacy. You can get as much as 200 quid for like a 25, 30 kilo box. A good day. So it's always nice, always nice for a bonus. Beer tokens, that's what it is.
On the Arcane, bonuses come in short supply. But these last few years have been tough on this old school skipper.
Well, I wouldn't be at the job if I didn't enjoy it, but it gets increasingly difficult every year, or maybe it's just me getting older every year, but you have to put more effort into every year to get the same end result at the end of the year.
The problem is the man, he can't retire. There's so much debt. So and if things had been normal, he would have been left to fishing a couple of years ago, and I would have took over. He'd be up there till I would say it's helpful to him, or till helpful get him, I would say. You have to go ashore.
Off the Shetland Islands, there's another seine netter, hundreds of thousands of pounds in debt. But she's not an old boat like the Arcane. The Radiant Star is brand new. She cost £1.3 million to build. Her skipper is Victor Lawrenson, but ownership of the boat is a cooperative effort between these islanders. They share the financial risk.
The crew of this boat owns the boat, okay? But when we settle up, we all get the same money, exactly the same. It's just split evenly. How much do we owe? Bloody hell. I imagine about $1 million, I'm not very sure. I've never added it up, like. It must be about $1 million, I would imagine. We put in a fair bit of investment ourselves, like 5 of us own the boat, like.
They may be laid back about exactly how much they owe, yet they've built themselves a state-of-the-art boat with all the latest gadgets. But technology counts for nothing if the fish have swum away.
Very poor. Same all over. West side and east side of Shetland. It's very poor just now. No fish nowhere.
Many of their recent landings have taken a hammering at market.
The price of fish seems to be a good bit back this year compared with other years. So that makes it all the harder to pay the loan back on the boat. At the moment, the odds is very much against it at the moment, like, to be honest with you.
The first day of their trip is coming to a close.
hopefully looking for 20 boxes. We'll take more if we can get them, but hopefully get 20.
But it's not what Victor was hoping for.
It's a long way away from 20 boxes, that's for sure.
The Shetlander's wry attitude is in stark contrast to John Buchan, who has filled Ocean Venture with 1,200 boxes.
Peterhead Harbour I should you soon here.
He's back in Peterhead after overcoming all the setbacks.
It's been an excellent year for us. It's been, well, the biggest year we've ever had. We've been catching a lot of fish. Every trip come in very near full up. Well, when I'm away she's full up, my son's away she's hardly full. But
John Jr. has big boots to fill.
You better get in here. You're glad you're trumping it. So he caught £2 million worth of fish himself, is he?
Yeah. Just explaining, when I'm away the boat is full. When my son's away with the boat, it's just hardly full. And she's just hardly full.
It's slight differences. Idea. Hell of a lot more trips than you.
How many 100,000 grosses have you had? I've had 3 this year. How many have you had?
I made it up with a lot of 80s and 90s.
Not such a good year for the Arcane. The last 2 days, least of all. She's been forced to steam 120 miles south to get her trip back on track.
I say, I hope there's a few more fish in this one. It's been a very slow start. We're hoping to at least have her half full by now, but
getting worse every hole.
I was telling you this morning, it can take you 3 days full of rest of your builders.
They just can't find enough fish.
No.
Oh, that whole rubbish, no good. Not enough. Not enough.
In the hold, Steve, the deckhand, has only a handful of megrim to ice and add to the tally.
Not good. Why not? Too many empty boxes, not enough full boxes at the minute. I think we're carrying about 660 empties. And we've 13. So still a long way to go.
And an enormous amount of fish to catch before they bite into the 300,000 that they still owe.
I have to have a more positive outlook on things, I think. What's done's done, and unfair, unjust as it may be, such as life is. We have a job. A terrible lot of people this time last year had a job. They haven't got a job now. We've got a home, I've got a wife, I've got my sons, I've got my grandkids. I really have a lot to be thankful for.
The court case has been a life-changing event.
What really put things in perspective for me was 2 weeks before Christmas, after a very, very short illness, a very dear friend, a very, very dear friend passed away very suddenly. And like, for all the problems we have, they're only money. You can get over that. We've got our health, so we can still survive.
Charles and Steve are replacing old rope with new line, a splicing technique used by fishermen for thousands of years.
You can't tie a knot, you have to splice it. It has to be a stronger rope. But when you splice this, you have to renew your splices every 4 weeks. You need to renew your splices because that's the weak point is.
Charlie alternates different coloured ropes to know how long the line is.
Can you put the... You've got 4 grain, haven't you?
Huh?
How many grain is there?
4 grain! 4 grain, 2 orange!
Right, a bit of green then, an orange.
Green and an orange.
Green to that, and then an orange, yeah.
Right. Green, orange, green?
Yes.
Oh, it's orange, green, orange.
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't really matter.
But it does matter to the skipper.
I said green, orange, green. Hey, put got the orange in the middle this time now.
Just go through green to get out of it.
Green, orange, green.
Green, orange, green.
Yes, green, orange, green.
What?
Can you not hear me say green, orange, green?
We weren't sure, we were talking about it.
Jesus Christ, that one's all thought back about.
He's shouting just as usual. Nothing wrong with his voice. Good saying. When he stops shouting, there's nothing wrong with him. He's not feeling well.
The relaxed air on the Radiant Star and the flat, calm sea disguise desperation to get the trip started.
Oh, beautiful morning. Not for long. Very windy looking sky.
Victor and his team will need to work quickly. But as they haul the net, it catches something bigger than just fish.
Moving like was great.
Tap, Victor. Fast. Stuck in the bottom. See the tonnage there, trips down round that one, nothing round the other one. So, that was just about breaking strain.
With no fish in the hold and £1 million owed to the bank, the last thing Victor needs is a broken net.
Sometimes you can smash it up, it's nearly as bad if you... It's nearly as bad as losing it, if you know what I mean, Ken. It needs so much to repair it.
By easing each side of the gear backwards and forwards, he tries to free the net. The ropes are under unbearable strain. Something has to give. Suddenly, the net starts to come on board.
A lot better now, you can see now it's even, Ken. The tonnage is even, so we're hopefully okay.
But they're not.
We're broken the lower fishing line, like, it's broken in half.
Turn the whole way down this back. This wire here is broken, and this rope here is broken. Scrap the net. Net is scrapped. The new net is about 3,500 to 4,000 pounds. It's a big loss for all of us.
That's not a good start to the day. I can't really get a lot worse unless we lose the next night or something, I would say. Hopefully we'll not do that.
Desperate measure. The crew cannibalise the floats from the net. The ropes, wires and mesh will have to be junked. On the Radiant Star, profits may be shared equally, but so are losses. The Arcane still can't find the fish. But Charlie's got a hunch. A 5-mile shift in grounds might just make the difference. Rob the cook is up with a lark.
The first couple of days has been a real slow struggle. But it's a new day. That's the skipper's Cocoa Pops. he likes his Cocoa Pops in the morning.
It's a fine morning. We've moved ground again last night, and we're hoping that today will be better. Got a feeling in the water.
4 days in, and they've got to start earning money.
So I don't know, it's hard to tell how many gulls there. See what's in it.
Has the skipper's sixth sense come to the rescue?
That's what we're looking for.
This.
That's all prime haddock.
Probably more in this haul than we got for the first 2 days.
It will be.
Will be, I definitely. Gives you a wee bit of a boost when you go a bit of a distance, get a feeling you're going to get fish, and you do actually get them. You give yourself a wee pat on the back for a change.
Very glad to see it, let me tell you. As I said the other day, with faith in the skipper, and he's not letting us down now. We're all in a lot better mood. Plenty of fish to go around.
Through the day, the Arcane brings 15 tons of fish to the surface. There's money to be made and debts to be paid.
That's a day's pay already, or for the first 4 hours of the day.
A day's pay is a long way away for Radiant Star. They've got just 36 boxes of fish and lost a £4,000 net. Victor's running out of time.
As you can see, the weather is looking crap. That's just we're down about here. So we want to try and get our hauls in before that wind comes and try and get back in shit, okay? That's plan A, don't have plan B.
The strengthening winds and rising seas force Victor inshore and onto a dangerous part of the seabed.
Now we're a bit close to this obstruction. It's not a wreck, like it's just something on the bottom, a lump of debris or something. But we're shot here, we're towing up this way. But the tide is coming like this, right? So the tide is going to pack our gear out a bit. Hopefully we'll miss it, okay? The gear will probably be closed by the time we get there, so hopefully we'll not hook that, whatever it is, okay? I don't know what it is, that's the last thing we want is to get that in the net, okay?
Victor's hoping not to lose his spare net. It's not the safest place to chance your luck. The Radiant Star is stuck fast, again. 240 tons of boat anchored to the seabed in 30 knots of wind.
We're fast, the net is caught in something. I can't seem to get the bloody thing up, okay? Oh.
The loss of a second net will also have to come out of the crew's pay packet.
Hope that's not gone, or that's gone out. I would say that's not looking very good. Probably another bloody smashed up net.
But the rising seas mean that a trashed net could be the least of their worries. Suddenly, one side of the net gives way.
You're not clear. I think so. I'd slipped off now, whatever it was, but it was a very heavy weight. It was in the net, whatever it was. The net is up now, but I think we'd be very lucky if we got away with no damage, to be honest with you.
The snag on the seabed reveals itself. Another boat's lost fishing gear. But the main net is still in one piece.
Oh, it's not too bad. It's just 2 wee holes in the wing, that's all. I think we've gotten away pretty lightly.
And the cod end is in very good shape.
There's actually going to be a lift of fish in that. If you want the proof to the world that we really can catch fish, okay?
In fact, it's a bag full of top quality fish.
You might be a dozen 14 boxes, that's okay. So glad to see anything after it being stuck in the bottom like that. Thought we weren't going to get it back.
Victor should have seen it coming.
You remember that right cross I showed you on the shot when we started at the toe? That was what we hoped.
I thought we were clear of it, but that's what we hoped. The tide took us right in over.
The Radiant Stars had a close shave, but quickly shoots her net again.
There's more fish this time. Good. Good shot.
Soon they have a hopper bursting with fish.
That's a bit better this time.
And the following hauls turn the trip around for the Radiant Star.
I tightened it up a bonus at the end of the day. It was a bad start smashing up that net, but I tightened it up being okay for a day fish-wise, okay?
More than okay, in fact. 75 boxes in one day's fishing covers the cost of the trashed net for Victor and his crew. On the Arcane, the crew have had only 4 hours sleep. They've forgotten what day it is. All except Rob the cook.
This is our New Year's Day dinner. This is going to be the first time I've ever attempted a turkey, so fingers crossed. This is normally my mother's job. A big 18-pound turkey. It's either going to be really cooked or undercooked.
Is an oven as old as the boat.
The cooker's an absolute nightmare. There's absolutely no temperature gauge on it at all. You either have 1, 2 or 3. And if you take it off 3, it burns everything. So you just have to cook everything slowly. Yeah, I haven't killed anybody yet, so.
The New Year feast of fish continues. Charlie's found a huge concentration of haddock.
There you go. Good bag of fish.
I think, well, that's a huge haul. That's a huge haul.
It's certainly nice to see. Jubilee, jubilee. Best part of 100 boxes, I would say.
There's 100 there, easy. It's all good clean fish.
Huh?
It's all clean fish.
Yeah, yeah, nice fish. Yeah, best all the trip. Yeah.
In fact, they caught so much fish that the hopper is filled to the top.
Get a few fish somewhere out of that, wouldn't you?
The fish will have to chill in the overflowing hopper and the turkey roast in the baking oven for as long as it takes for the crew to gut 100 boxes of haddock.
That's what we've been waiting for, a haul like that. Hopper full of fish. This is why we left home to come out in the new year. Eating's cheating. The turkey can wait. No time for eating when we're making money. I just hope it's okay.
At least the gulls aren't going hungry. It may be freezing in the ice room, but Charles and Steve are sweating with the weight of fish.
The two toughest men aboard the boat is me and Steve. They all work down here. The rest of them aren't fit for it. It sorts the men out from the boys down here.
By the time they bring the last lifts on board, there's a new problem for Charlie.
That's the boat just about full up now. We wouldn't have enough empty boxes left to do an all day's fishing, so we'll make for Peterhead now, land when we get there.
Oh, the skipper's done a powerful job today for us. He's done us all proud. You couldn't ask a man to catch any more fish than that. So hopefully I can pay him back here now with something half decent to eat.
It might be a tall order.
Evening, Joe. How are you?
Fine. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, also. Happy New Year to you, Mick.
The turkey's been in the oven for 12 hours. The bird may be a little burnt.
I'm sorry, Rob.
but it's a fitting feast for famished fishermen.
Tastes pretty good. I'll have to let Mum know that you can cook a turkey, so you'll have to cook Christmas dinner next year.
I can't get that right with the camera.
But the successful New Year trip wasn't to be the end of the story for the Arcane. In March 2009, the McBrides put the fishing on hold, tied up the Arcane and stowed her nets. They returned to Liverpool Crown Court to repay a further £150,000 owed for selling illegal fish. Instead, Charlie McBride received 2 months in prison, his son Charles 3. For remortgaging their homes to pay their dues, they were now in contempt of court, found guilty under a law used to recover assets from major criminals.
Drained. Absolutely. Physically and psychologically, just mentally. Terrible experience. Desperate experience in there.
The prison sentence came as a total surprise to father and son.
We were handcuffed together, Charles and I, and led out of the court. We were in a daze. It was a dream, it was a nightmare, it was just unreal. But I'm out today, but I'm not smiling, I'm not happy because my son, part of me, is still in there. In that hellhole of a prison. Sorry, Charlie. Every night I was in that prison, I prayed to God, not for myself, what's done to us is done, it can't be undone, but that no other fisherman ever has to go through what my son and I has gone through. What's it all about? It's wrong. It's got to be wrong. They give us a hammering, but they haven't defeated us. As long as the good Lord gives us health and strength, we will fish until we decide to stop.
The McBrides are already back at sea, fishing hard in the face of an uncertain future. This is the toughest of all industries. Whatever battles they face, trawlermen around our shores are still putting to sea, all to put fish on our plates.